The words cut sharper than any sword. In a packed arena with cameras flashing and millions watching, Kobe Bryant leaned in, his eyes cold, his voice carrying the weight of 2 decades of sacrifice. This ain't for soft guys. It wasn't just a jab, it was a verdict. A line of fire drawn between 2 men wearing the same jersey, but living 2 very different realities. On one side stood Kobe, the Black Mamba, hardened by pain, fueled by obsession, carrying scars that told stories of battles fought and wars survived. On the other stood Dwight Howard, Superman, the smiling giant who once floated above the rim as if gravity was an inconvenience, blessed with gifts few men in history ever had. It should have been a partnership for the ages, a dominant guard and an unstoppable big man, echoes of Shaq and Kobe reborn for a new era. But instead, it became a clash of worlds, a storm of expectations, and a warning that talent alone was never enough. This was not just a story about basketball. It was about mentality, about what it truly takes to rise in a league where only the ruthless survive. And on that day, Kobe's words became immortal. A reminder that greatness demands more than muscle and smiles. It demands fire. The chosen one, Kobe Bryant, was no stranger to struggle. Born in Philadelphia, raised in Italy, molded by his father's basketball journey and his own relentless hunger, Kobe's identity was built on proving himself. He wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the strongest, but from the age of 17, he carried himself like a man with destiny written into his DNA. He studied the legends, embraced the loneliness of the gym, and sharpened his mind until it was as lethal as his jump shot. Every setback, from air balls as a rookie to fights with veterans, only hardened his edge. Dwight Howard's path was different. The #1 pick in 2004, he entered the league draped in expectation, his shoulders broad enough to carry a franchise, his leaping ability making him look like a man born to rewrite history. Fans called him Superman, and in Orlando, he played the part. He was fun-loving, charismatic, always smiling, a star who embraced joy in the game. But that same joy would later be seen as weakness, a refusal to carry the game with the seriousness Kobe demanded. 2 men, 2 mentalities, one forged in fire, the other floating on talent. Their collision was inevitable. The rise of Dwight Howard didn't just play basketball in Orlando. He dominated. With his freakish athleticism, he became the anchor of a franchise desperate for relevance. He led the Magic to the 2009 finals, taking down LeBron James in his prime, sending shockwaves through the league. He collected Defensive Player of the Year trophies like they were souvenirs, 3 in a row, cementing his place as the league's premier big man. At his peak, Dwight seemed unstoppable. He finished lobs that made the crowd erupt, swatted, shots into the stands, and wore the cape of Superman during All-Star Weekend. The league saw him as the next Shaquille O'Neal, the kind of center who could tilt championships. But beneath the highlight dunks and the laughter, cracks began to show. His free throws were a liability. His offensive game never evolved. And his playful approach to the grind left critics whispering, was Dwight too soft to become what everyone believed he could be? The Mamba mentality. While Dwight soared on talent, Kobe Bryant sharpened his blade in silence. By the late 2000s, Kobe was already a champion, already an icon, but never satisfied. His mornings started before dawn. His nights ended only after endless hours of film study. Teammates spoke of his obsession, the way he demanded every ounce of effort, the way he pushed bodies and minds beyond their limits. Kobe's mentality was forged from pain. He carried the burden of being compared to Jordan, the scars of his feud with Shaq, the weight of carrying the Lakers through rebuilding years. He was not chasing applause, he was chasing immortality. For Kobe, every game was war, every possession a test of will. This difference in philosophy would be the spark that lit the fire. Kobe wasn't looking for partners to laugh with. He was looking for soldiers ready to bleed beside him. 2012, the dream team that wasn't the summer of 2012, was supposed to be the rebirth of the Lakers dynasty. Dwight Howard, still in his prime, was traded to Los Angeles. Steve Nash, the magician of Phoenix, joined the backcourt. The headlines screamed destiny. Kobe, Dwight, Nash, Pau Gasol, meta world peace. It was the super team the NBA didn't think possible. But beneath the glitter of expectations, the cracks appeared instantly. Steve Nash was injured early, never returning to his former brilliance. Dwight arrived recovering from back surgery, slower than before.